Good evening with Sports Night. I'm Anne-Marie Burr, and we begin with news of basketball as Barbados Summer Company Lakers have repeated as the kings of the Corporators General Insurance BABA Premier League. Playing last night at the BCC Gym, LSC defeated Barbados Hilton Resort Warriors in the decisive Game 5 of the final series, 68-51, to take the series 3-2 and once again walk away with the title. Leading the way for LSC was John Jones, who collected a double-double, 23 points and 11 rebounds. Ricardo Gemont had 17 points, while Shea Macabrung also had a double-double of 14 points and 11 assists. The finals MVP award was shared by Jones and Brown. For Warriors, Justin Pell led the way with 18, while Tremaine Shaw had 12. We have highlights of that game in tomorrow's Sports Night. Well, the CPL's record for futility could be extended tonight when the St. Lucia Stars take on Jamaica Talawas at Sabina Park. Now, after losing all of their fixtures last season, the Stars are on a 13-match losing streak, which dates back to 2016. The Stars and Talawas game started about 20 minutes ago, and after winning the toss, the Stars are 31-1 after 4 overs. David Warner is the casualty. He's out for 7. Now, CBC TV8 will join the live action at 8:03. Meanwhile, Barbados Trident skipper Jason Holder says his side will be using their 5-game home advantage at Kensington Oval later this month to help claim their second ever CPL title. Speaking at a reception held for the Trident's team at the Hilton Hotel, Holder singled out some of the talent he'll be leaning on in order to achieve the goal.
One of the things I spoke about in the dressing room so far is just communicating well and everybody gelling well as a side. We've obviously got a lot of experience within the dressing room. You know, Steve has been a very successful captain. You know, Amla's, very successful in what he does as well. And we've got a really good support staff. You know, I can't stand here and not mention the support staff. Robin Singh has been there from the inception. He's done a remarkable job so far, so hopefully we can all put it together. I think it's very important that we expose as much of our talent we have here in the Caribbean as well, so it's really good to see that we have so many youngsters on our side, so hopefully they can learn a lot from the likes of Steve and Hashim and also guys like Robin Peterson who would have played here in the Traders as well, and obviously this year being a coach. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I think all the guys are upbeat for it, and hopefully we can lift this trophy this year.
Chairman of the National Sports Council, Mac Fingal, speaking on behalf of Sports Minister John King, said he believed Barbadians will come out in record numbers to support the Tridents.
We'll be supporting you, and I'm getting a good feeling, as the MC said. There's a vibe that I already picked up about the competition, and I believe we're going to have big numbers this year. And I want the Trident contingent, whether local or outside, to understand that the Barbadian people know cricket well. We know the cricket. The women also know cricket well, and they'll be judging you and watching you. And they want you to give a 100%. As long as you give us 100%, even if we lose, as long as we see that 100%, we will support you all the way through.
With just under 10 days before the start of Netball's America's World Cup qualifiers here in Barbados, the local girls, the Bajan Gems, have only just transitioned their training sessions from the hard courts at the Netball Stadium to the wooden surface at the Wildy Gym. Although coach Sandra Bruce Small is content with their preparation, the change of surface is a concern.
We've been working very hard, and I'm very pleased at where we are right now. Our only drawback is that this is the first time that we are actually touching this floor ahead of the tournament, and we are not scheduled to get in here until next Monday, which is just a couple of days off the tournament. So we actually feel as if we are one of the teams that are traveling into Barbados for this tournament.
And how would that impact our performance in the qualifiers?
Well, hopefully it shouldn't have that great impact, because at least the girls should feel comfortable in front of the families and friends and getting all that support. That 8th player in the crowd pushing us on. It should, still land us in good stead.
President of the Barbados Netball Association, Nisha Craigwell, has offered another view to the late switch in surface, which speaks more to maintaining the health and safety of the players.
We would have been training primarily at the netball stadium and not here at the gymnasium, and that is strategically, again, because we wanted to protect our players from injury. One may argue, why not in here, because at the end of the day it's the indoor facility, but what we have also noticed is that the change of surface affects our players as well. And if we can't have constant practice in the gymnasium, we're switching surfaces. We chose the netball team because we know when we go to netball team, we don't have competition in terms of getting in. So hence, this is practically our first session here since we came back from Commonwealth, but we are still thankful to be here and to be preparing for the tournament.
The AFNA America's Cup qualifiers will be played at the Wildy Gym from August 24th to September the 2nd. Meanwhile, the world's most capped netball player, Irene Van Dyke, has been sharing her wealth of knowledge over the past couple of days right here in Barbados, with coaches and players as part of a New Zealand netball coaching clinic. She recently visited Trinidad before coming here last Friday, and she will be off to Jamaica next. Van Dyke was at the Wildy Gym training the national team ahead of the AFNA World Cup qualifiers. You can call it an extra special touch at the right time, as the national netball team engaged in a special training session with one of the sport's all-time greats, Irene Van Dyke. The Bajan Gems are preparing for the upcoming World Qualifier Series here in Barbados, and Van Dyke's input could not come at a better time. The New Zealand shooting legend has not only engaged the players on her 3-day visit, but the coaches as well.
You want to see them actually going hard out and extend one another, try to see where the boundaries are and extend those. With me coaching the coaches, you'd hope to see that it trickles down, so you have all the coaches and all the coaches have 12 players under them. So hopefully if you share your knowledge with the coaches, it will eventually go down to the players. And it is new skills and drills, so that's what you want the coaches to do with their kids, so they don't become stale and they can adjust and make the skills new and fun.
Van Dyke's visit is part of Netball New Zealand's program NetGo, which is funded by the New Zealand High Commission. High Commissioner to Barbados, Anton Ojala, says such initiatives is about building strong ties while promoting sport, especially among women.
We're at the New Zealand High Commission always looking for things that bring our countries closer together, and of course one of the things that both our countries love is netball, and so this was a great opportunity when we heard that Irene was available, and we got her up here to not only to build connections between our countries, but also to encourage healthy lifestyles, getting people out and about and moving, and in this case particularly obviously with netball, encouraging girls and women to get involved in sport and to continue participating.
President of the Barbados Netball Association, Nisha Craigbell, fully endorsed the program, alluding to the fact that Van Dyke's presence not only boosted the team's preparation, but can be of inspiration to the players.
So I wanted our national teams to be exposed to the highest level of shooting, because that's really her position. She shoots at above 90% every time she steps on the netball court. So I wanted to show our netballers that that is possible. She's also played 145 test matches for New Zealand and 75 for South Africa. And we have a tendency to discard our players after they get to a certain age. And Irene's played well into her 40s. So I wanted persons to understand that, you know, you set your limit, you set your goals, and you go after them.
Having completed the coaching course and the training session with the Gems, Van Dyke's next stop is Jamaica. The 24th edition of the Goodwill Swim Meet will be held over the weekend right here in Barbados at the Aquatic Center. The meet, which is the only short course swimming competition in the region, will see some 8 countries from across the Caribbean competing across 5 age groups. President of the Barbados Amateur Swimming Association, Tony Selby, says this year the Barbados team is strong and he expects them to do really well at challenging for one of the top 3 positions.
Judging from the site sheet, I think we have a very decent chance. I think we have a good chance of placing in the top 3. Our athletes have been training hard. I noticed from the site sheet, particularly in the 8 and under age group, as well as the 13 to 14 boys, we have several of our athletes in the top 3 places based on the site sheet. So we anticipate that we will do very well this year, and of course, being at home, we have the crowd advantage, you know, and it's in our pool, so we should do well.
The team will be led by Ashley Weeks and Keon Jessamy. Both of them say the team is ready and home advantage will motivate them even more to stand on top of the podium.
Once I have a positive mind, and I know most of the swimmers put in a lot of work, and once I have a positive mind, they should be able to get through.
I think that I can handle the pressure because we are home, right? So we have like the motivation, and our parents are there and stuff like that. So I guess it's a big help.
And you may hear from the 14, but there are some under who are young and may not know how to deal with that pressure. So what would we be able to tell them?
To keep motivated, don't get like demotivated, don't be flustered. Like, let's try to stay strong, and yeah.
The meet will get started on Friday evening, beginning with the opening ceremony at 5 p.m. The other 2 days will begin at 9 a.m. and will run until the afternoon. All races will be timed finals. Now that's sports, but the business report is up next.